Sorry. What's up, YouTube? I must be more tired than I thought. It's gonna do a afternoon. There you go. Wait a minute. What's that? Wait a minute. I sent someone a text and evidently I sent the wrong thing. It's been that's weird. I tried to send out we call notification and it sent something else out. That's getting scary. A couple weeks ago, I sent something out and it sent all these hearts flying everywhere. Another time, I sent something out to my sister and something. What the fuck is wrong with the AI at YouTube? It's getting fucking ridiculous. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Whoever that is. Yeah, I don't know what the, I tried to send a notification out and someone just texted me something about unless you're, well, I ain't gonna say, so they basically just said, unless you're a black person, I didn't get it. I guess, yo, is that you, Fred? How you doing? You're here early. What's new with you? Uh, yeah, I was sending out notifications. I'm actually surprised I'm on this early because I'll tell you, what's this saying? How you doing? Yo, man. Yo, what's up, bud? Are you still here at the Red Roof? Now? Yeah. So how you doing? Um, yeah, I just decided to do a live stream. I'm actually staying here 2 more fucking days. I'm still waiting for my car to get repaired. They haven't been able to find an alternator for my car. It's what do you call it? It's a half hybrid, half gasoline, half hybrid, and it's a Kia Optima. And I'm still waiting. It's like 3, 4 days, and I'm hoping it's soon because I can't afford this shit. What's this? The weather is great. That's good. Yeah. So anyway, I was just gonna hop on for a little while, and I was gonna do another live stream later around 8 o'clock. I'll be honest, I'm tired as shit right now. I've been running around last couple days. So is that what's this? I called Depot to pick up the deer. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's still there. Yeah, it's still there. Um, yeah, dude. I'm telling you, I really thought I saw a freaking cougar in the woods. At first, I saw something dark moving around at the edge of the weeds there. I went back and filmed another video of that area. Just I couldn't get it in my head. Did I really see what I saw? Yeah, but this thing walked away and down to the creek. There's a creek there. It's frozen over. So he went down there and disappeared. And that's about the time I got the camera out. I wish I had. So like I took pictures of the deer. I walked around a corner. I shoved it in my pocket, and I was stunned at what I saw. I had I just held on to the damn camera out like that, I'd have been all right. I would have caught that bitch on there. And then I started thinking maybe there's Maine Coon cats. They're like a domestic house cat. They can get huge. So maybe that's what I saw because it was also walking in the snow. So I couldn't actually get a good size on it. It could have been its paws could have been sinking into the snow a little bit, but it looked like if it was walking next to me, it was right above my kneecaps size wise, and maybe I don't know, maybe about that big. Again, it got out of my area relatively quick. It didn't run, but it went down the hill there in that gully, and I couldn't see it. I don't know. So, the cat didn't eat that deer. No, it's sitting there, but it had a big old chunk at the bottom of. I guess vultures also were pecking at it or whatever they are, because someone said that they did see uh, buzzards flying around. No, I think that if I was to guess, that deer might have got hit by a car out on the road there, and maybe it made it jumped off the highway and made it into the edge of the woods there. But to me, I swear to you, I know what I thought I saw. What else to say? You need to stop drinking. What's wrong with you, buddy? Who is that? Oh, here we go. This is the troll I saw the other day. Let's give you a little vacation, dude. How about that? Let's see. All right, we're gonna put you on. Arkansas Pete needs to go back down south, I guess. So anyway, yeah, what's this? No, it wasn't. That's the thing. But you know what? Go look. I'm not kidding you. Back in October, there was a sighting of a cougar in Newcastle County, and there was one up in near Delaware Park, about a mile up the road. That was a couple years ago. What's this say? What's that? Trying to read that. Steve Bano, how you doing? You butchered deer when I lived in Philadelphia, PA. Yeah, I was walking back from the store. I went over, I don't know if you know, Wilmington area. I was walking to Royal Farms, got what I needed, came back. I saw a deer lying there. I got a close-up on the way back. It had like a tear in it, right up near its neck. Maybe something grabbed a hold of it. But there was also, someone told me, buzzard, and its guts were tore open. You could see its ribs hanging out. So something was eaten in there. And it could have been buzzards or vultures. I didn't see them, but I was telling someone else, and they did see that. I don't know, dude. I swear to you, I really did see something that to me looked like a cougar. And would that have dragged it off into the woods? I don't know. It's because a lot of those cats like that they'll climb up in the fucking tree, I think, and drag some animals up there and eat them. Or that's actually African, like leopards and shit, though. What's this say? Yep. Mr. Jeff Epstein. I heard you weren't dead, dude. Yeah, I knew Epstein wasn't dead. Somehow it was too damn, didn't make any sense. Sorry. I didn't believe that for a minute. Did any of you guys think that he wasn't dead? Let's just say donated 1 Bitcoin. There you go. What was I going to say? Yeah. Epstein rolled that right out of that prison, dude. The money, the fix was in. The money was placed down, and somebody grabbed it up and opened the door for that dude. He skated, and they said that there was like maybe a fake body they used to make it look like he was getting rolled out on a stretcher and shit. So yeah, Jeff, you get off the internet, you old geezer. Who's this punk bitch? Wait a minute. Let me see you, you fucking punk. Old geezer. I got your old geezer, you son of a bitch. Wait a minute. What the hell? Who's this dude? Where are you from, dude? Look at this asshole. Let's put him in timeout forever. Later, shitbag. All right, so anyway, I can see I gotta flush the toilet. There's a lot of turds floating around in here. What's that? Yo, what's up? How you doing? Texas 3 in the house. How you doing, brother? Good seeing you again. Reads too much conspiracy theories. Yeah, okay. Yeah, did you bring your hammer along there, Texas 3? We gotta smash some trolls. Wait a minute. Get the fuck rid of this. Taking out the garbage once again. Yeah, they're gone. Thank you, dude. It's hard to see. I'm getting old. Yeah, I'm an old geezer, so I can't really see everything that's written there. Yeah, this guy's got... What's your fucking problem, buddy? You're taking a walk, too. You sent the fucking troll patrol in here. Okay. Who's that? Let's see. There we go. So they sent a whole fleet of assholes today to come rolling in here. You got Trolls coming. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. The other day there wasn't hardly any. Every now and then you get fucking swamped with them. Um, anyway, I forgot what I was about to say something before I started talking about the cougar. I thought I saw him. Wait a minute. Damn. See, that's the problem with trolls. You get fucking arguing and shit with them. You forget what you were going to say. What does that say? How you doing? Can't read the name right now. So how you been there, Texas 3? That's 2 days in a row. I ain't seen you for a little while. You're back, I guess. And I saw, do you remember O'Doyle? O'Doyle Rules? He was in last night. Think right before I stopped live streaming, he came in. How you doing? Good seeing you, dude. Yeah, actually, what I should have done, I was getting ready to cook myself some dinner. I got a microwave that really ain't cooking. And I'm still in the hotel room. And I should have got something to eat, and I was going to do the live stream a little later. But I'll hang around for a little bit. But I'm hungry as shit. I got up, and I'm still trying to get the car fixed. And calling them, still can't find the fucking right alternator. And what's that? This working third shift now. I was thinking about going to Mexican restaurant. There you go. We got like a ton of them around here all of a sudden. I guess, they came in when they had the border open. People came in and started building Mexican restaurants everywhere. It's probably a smart move that there was more of them here for a little while than us. I don't blame those guys from coming here whatsoever. If you come from Mexico or whatever, if you're trying to better your life. But the thing I would rather see is, have a try to come the legal way first off. But I do have a problem with people coming in here and starting trouble, because some of them did. The ones from Venezuela, what was that? Tren de Aragua. It's like a gang. So whatever. You know what? I should stay away from that whole thing, because that pisses people off. You got a split right down the middle. And I was talking about this the other day anyway, that that's what they want. They want divide and conquer. And I'm not going to feed into that. Whatever, I really believe we're right at the edge of end times right now, and it's all wrapping up. It's getting real close to the shit hitting the fan in a major league way. So I basically think it's basically a tactic they're using, is divide and conquer with our country and every country in the world. They're doing it everywhere. That's the fucked up thing. Once you start looking around outside our country, same shit is happening in Ireland, England, everywhere. And they want a major, major war, a major meltdown, civil war, wherever they can get it, order out of chaos. That's their whole mantra. Wait a minute. I know a place they got. Yeah. Let's see. I got offered that's cool. Forklift operator job. Good deal, dude. There you go. England in the house. How you doing? Good seeing you. Yeah, I was just saying the other day, we had a couple guys from England in here. I feel bad because you guys over there, it's getting harder and harder for you guys to even say anything without somebody coming arresting you. It's out of control, Yeah. What's the deal? You're not allowed to speak anymore? That's getting bad in every country, though. What's this? England is one powerful people and country. I'll agree with that. For right now, I see some of you guys over there standing up to this shit. Thank you. Everybody, every country needs to do that, because they shouldn't just let them roll in and take all our rights. And that's everywhere. It's time for the elites to get the hell out of office. Get them the hell out, because they're out to destroy us, in my opinion. Yeah, What's this say? That's all media bullshit. What is? Wait a minute. We can say what we want. I've heard of people getting arrested though. I've seen videos of people in England, cops from England, arresting people. I mean, yeah, maybe up to a degree, it might be some bullshit, but something heavy's going on around the world. What's this? Well, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for and Australia. Australia is even worse from what I heard. I had some subscribers on here that I heard their people over there are getting scared to go on YouTube or anywhere, and they're not even getting let on. I think it's Australia. Shit going on over there. And now we're looking at a time when they're talking about another pandemic rolling the hell in. I've had enough with the first one. That was bullshit. That's what destroyed half the world's economies. And a lot of that was fear-based, just trying to control everybody with fear. And that's bullshit. What is this? Man, I wish I had my damn reading glasses. I left them in my car. So I don't have glasses, but for reading, and I'm always losing my fucking glasses there. Who's that? How you doing, dude? Hey, is that Mixed Media? How you doing, Mixed Media? Yeah, I saw you texted something over. I tried to send you a link. I don't know what I was telling somebody else, or said something earlier about that. I sent out a link or something last time, and something screwed up to somebody else. Wait a minute, what's this? The reading glasses are very important for reading. I would say, yeah, but I use dollar store cheap ass glasses, but they still work, and I keep losing the damn things. But I left them in my car. My car is in the shop right now, and I think I left them in there. I just grabbed a few things out and caught a ride down here a couple of days ago. What's this? You sent me a link to a black man in it. What's it say? Confused. Yeah, confused. Yeah, that happened before. I don't know why. And I tried to text Tammy multiple times, and sometimes it doesn't get through. And then I texted my sister one time, and somebody else the other day. I don't know what the fuck. They're messing. AI's messing with you hardcore. What's this? Same here. I spread. What's that? For on glass. Wait a minute. You spend oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Fortune on glass. Yeah. Who you got? Yeah, it's nuts. Plus, I don't know about how you guys feel, but I'm so fucking sick of everything's AI now. AI's taking over. You can't even think for yourself. They're trying to, just sit back. AI's got it. You're gonna have robots, helping you out through life. No thanks. No, I can do my own shit. I'm not that lazy. But they're trying to make us all useless feeders so they can start eliminating us with clean conscience in their mind. These guys aren't productive. We got to toss them out the door one way or another. That's what I believe is going on. And I tell you what, it's just a matter of time before they start accomplishing what they're setting out to do, because they got everybody fighting among each other, over dumb shit, and they're going to sneak in here and just take the rest of our rights. The elites are, what's this say? They're trying to link Chat GPT to your healthcare. Yeah, fuck it. They want you to use all that shit. Get tangled up in the whole AI experience. I use AI in some of my videos. I might just not use it anymore. Sometimes it's fun, it's cool and everything, some of the videos, but I don't want to make that AI any more powerful or any more, I don't want people getting replaced. That's what's starting to happen. Jobs are getting lost. They're gonna replace us. They're also talking about these automated cars. I forget what you call them. They're going to roll them out. Oh, that's what it was. I wanted to talk about this the other day and forgot. These automated cars, or even your brand new cars after 2026. I'm not sure if it starts this year or next, 27. But they're talking about they're going to put kill switches in cars. So if you're riding down the road, if you had some reason the car detected alcohol, it'll shut down. Meaning, let's say you had spilled something on your hand that had alcohol in it, and you're driving, all of a sudden your car stops. There's a bunch of other different things that can happen with that. Mouthwash can set it off. So the problem being is that if you're on like I-95 or one of these big highways and you're rolling around at 50, 60 miles an hour or more, and then car just shuts down, you're as good as dead. There's cars rolling by. Why in the fuck do they think that's a good idea? They're killing people. It's like the same thing with what they did with they're taking out all our street lights out here. I don't know what any other country is, but for some fucked up reason, I know, carbon footprint. They're saving energy. Yeah, they're saving energy over here, but they're turning around and using it for these data centers that they're collecting data on every one of us. Why are we putting up with that shit? That's our tax money. Give me back my fucking street lights. I'm paying for them, so is everybody else. What's this? Only idiots buy those. What? Wait a minute. Shit. Hey, hang on. Only idiots buy what, dude? The Teslas? Yeah, fuck Teslas. First off, Tesla, the shape of that car looks like shit to me. It looks like some little kid drew it with crayons. Just the shape of it doesn't look aerodynamic or nothing to me. It's very boxy looking, and I think it's bullshit. So, and you know what Elon's talking about? He was saying he wants everybody. He's inventing something that we can all wearable devices on us, so they can watch us and track us. Fuck them. Put it on the elites. See where they're going. See if they're going over to Epstein Island or wherever. Yep. It's some bullshit. Scary truth. AI has its own social. Yeah, I saw that. Their own social network. You're right. Yeah. Okay, pal. No, I don't even drink. Yeah. But you know something? It's all jokes aside, dude. That's serious shit. That they can shut your car down. Without even thinking about it, hit a button and your car's done. Some crazy shit. And like I said, you could kill someone else who has nothing to do with that car. They stop that car. The AI in the car has a malfunction, thinks there's alcohol in your system, or you're falling asleep, so it stops the car. Yeah, and then somebody else runs into you that nothing, has no alcohol or nothing, just happened to be behind you, runs into you because your car stopped. Now he's dead because AI says so. Fuck that. Americans are, what's it say? Boss nobody. Fuck us. Yeah, where are you from, dude? Let's see. I burped and you banned me. When the hell did I ban you? What's your name anyway? Oh, okay. You were in here just about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I actually did. Okay. Yeah, I actually did that by accident. I just hit the button because it was someone else that was trolling. And I wanted to clear out all the garbage before I started really getting into my live stream. Ever since they got rid of, what's that? Pennies. Yeah, corporate America has been ripping my change off left and right. Yeah, exactly, dude. We're going to round up. Well, why don't we round down, okay? They're asking me if I want to round up. There might only be a few cents, but they're $1 billion company, and they're asking me to give them a couple more pennies. Now, fuck you. Give me my pennies out, It's ridiculous. The fuck? You can't round up. Nah. Unbelievable. Great land of the USA. Yep, yep. Where are you from, dude? I can't hardly wait a minute. Texas. That they better not rip me off a cent. Yeah, I mean, they're already got the prices jacked up, and then you got shrinkflation, where everything in packages is smaller amounts. They're ripping you off. You go and buy meat like that's been butchered in a deli or wherever in the meat section in the store, and you take that shit home, and if you had a scale and throw it on there, sometimes it's light, yeah, and it's never over though. It's everything's such a ripoff anymore. And then you got Bill Gates making fake meat, you know, millions of cattle out there, and he wants us to eat garbage he invented in a fucking petri dish in some lab. Kiss my ass, you know. I don't get that. Why half of you gray? Oh, it was. I'm sitting in a shadow, probably from the light. I got this thing leaned up on. I think. Yeah, there you go. Nobody. Wait a minute. Give me a second. Fly Flizzy. Is that what your name is? Whatever. Yeah, actually, that's the shadow from the lamp that's sitting right here in front of me. What's that say? Somebody erased it. Fly Flizzy's a troll. I thought so. I just got. Hey, Will, how you been? I ain't seen you for a while. Good to see you, dude. What's new with you? So, anybody seeing a lot of layoffs in the job market? Because they're starting to happen over here in the area. I've heard of friends of mine that were working, even in something like a restaurant, starting to, they're shrinking. Everybody's pulling back because they're seeing the fucking economy's going down the drain. But Trump wants to say how, oh no, we're doing okay. I don't know, dude. Doesn't look that way to me. I think the whole world's about to go down the toilet. But we can pretend if we want, and act like it's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. He's a hell of a lot better than Biden was, I think, in a lot of things. But something ain't sitting right. I mean, I don't know. You know, I should stay away from politics because a lot of people gets too revved up. I was talking. What's it say? Both our economy is in the shits. Yeah. Oh, is the shits? Yeah. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yep. And you know what? I was saying this the other day. It won't be long before it doubles down, gets worse. I mean, I think, by the way, let me go and say this before I forget it again. I meant to say it early on. Do you know that in the state of Utah, it's in the Midwest for people who live outside the United States and don't know where it's at. They're building concentration. They have a concentration camp that's huge, and I think there's other ones being built in that area. Who's that for? And they're saying they're taking warehouses and making, I guess, prisons or something out of it, and they're claiming that it's just for illegals. Well, wait a minute. I thought you were detaining them. So I think they're bullshitting us when they're saying they're going to, or not detain them, putting them back in their own countries. So I think basically they're making concentration camps, and they're not going to stop at snagging people off the streets that are not supposed to be here. They're on a roll. They'll take half the population out if you let them. People need to keep an eye out because homeless people are going to go into these things, these encampments, and keep an eye out. People are going to fucking disappear. Mark my words. They already have in other countries. Actually, right out in California, there was homeless guys. Nobody seems to know where they're going. They're just disappearing. And it was back when Newsom, about a year or two ago, Xi Jinping, the Chinese president came over and they were cleaning everything up. Yeah, all the shit off the streets in San Francisco. Where they wanted to get all the junkies and homeless off the street. But now it's probably almost back to the same thing. But they did all that for him coming over here for some weird reason. But they don't. The president of the United States goes out there. They don't give a shit. California's a strange state, I think. What's that? Northern Ontario, Canada. There you go. Yep. Yeah, Canada. I don't know, man. Some crazy shit going on in the government up there too. What's that? Been trying to develop lots of recession-proof skills. Right on. No matter what, people will always need what's that? Others to make their food, clothing, and pottery. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's that? That is not true. Who is that? Does it say Jim Young or Jim Younger? Jim Younger was a fucking outlaw back in the day. I can't read the back end of your name. Looks like there's there numbers. And I have my glasses. What was not true, by the way? Did California finally get a high-speed rail? No, I don't think they did. They just stole money. But you know what? They're not the only ones. The whole you go around, everybody's been fucking stealing from the cookie jar. Everybody's got all the politicians have their hands in the jar. They're all on the take, both sides. Right wing, left wing, same dirty bird. Except, I'm going to say this, and I mean this. It seems to me Democrats are far more corrupt right now. Now, go back 20 years, it might have been the other way around at one point when 20, 30, 40 years ago, Kennedy was a Democrat, John F. and some others. My parents voted Democrat, and I'll tell you what, things have changed big time for that party. They're not what they used to be. They were supposed to be for the working man. Wait a minute. I seen 2 homeless people yesterday. I traveled all around Sydney on a train. That's all you had, too? Man, I got 2 standing outside the door out there just smoking a cigarette, probably right now. They're everywhere, dude, over here. It's pretty bad. It's not as bad as it was out on the West Coast, California. They were having tent cities and stuff. Who said that? Jim Young. Is that your name, dude? Curious to know what wasn't true. What did you think wasn't true? And I ain't arguing with you. I just would like to know, because I come on here for conversation, and I ain't gonna boot you off for saying something. I'm curious. And that's the problem. See, we aren't letting each other express ourselves and talk, even if it's right or wrong or nothing. You look at what's going on. Like I said earlier, it's divide and conquer. The elites, the government, they're pitting one against the other over here. We need to pull together and stop them from fucking basically eliminating us. In my opinion, that's coming down the road. It's coming down the road, I think, that they're going to keep going. What's this? Man, I wish I had my glasses. Okay. So Texas 3, how's the dog doing? I think I asked you all that the other day, but it was the chat was flying by yesterday. I literally thought probably in the near future I might get a dog. Right now I can't. I have a cat. That's enough for right now. Matter of fact, he's over there on a chair. Let me see if it. There he is. See him? That's OJ, and not the murderer OJ. I named him OJ because he's orange, like orange juice or orange Julius, West Coast version of orange juice. What's that say? Big responsibility. What, dogs? Yeah. See, cats, the one thing about cats, they're pretty much self-sufficient. Like, you can put a litter box out to go use it. And with a dog, you got to take them out on a walk. You just get the hell home. Now you got to go out and he's got to go do his business or whatever. And then you're stuck outside. You just want to go and relax, after work. So that's kind of rough. He's a little shit. What's that? He's got separation anxiety and pees every time I leave. Yeah. How is he, a puppy still, or is he young? It's pretty young, isn't it? Yeah. It's like a 5-year-old kid. Yeah. What was that? I got a notification rolled through, I think. He's over 3. Okay. Yeah. What dogs usually, what do they live, about 9, 10 years on? That's a pretty good life for a dog, maybe 12. My dog, I think it lived for 5 years, maybe 6 years. That was when I was a kid. And man, it was a bummer when he fucking died. It's like a family member, And he was a golden retriever, but he was also a collie mix. Really nice dog, really cool looking. And we found him dead one day. I think he had heartworms or something. And man, I was so fucking heartbroken. I think I was like in 7th grade or something. I saw him, and there was this big boulder. I was moving it across the field. That was going to be his headstone. And man, I was grieving so much. I needed something to take my mind off. And I'm pushing this thing. It was like heavy as shit across the field, buried him right down the edge of the woods. And I went back to the property maybe a year and a half ago. And I still saw the stone there. And we carved all our names in the tree. We used to, like, back in the day up in Chad's Ford, my parents owned, I think it was 11 and a half acres back up in there. It was pretty cool. Growing up there was great. Right down the road, there was a pond we fished at. Railroad tracks going through there with deer hunting and all that going down. It was really neat back in the day. What's that? He's over 3. Okay. Oh, the dog, yeah. So anyway, I think I'm going to probably, I got to get something to eat. What's that? When I started working, we stopped going to the dog park, and he's been having a hard time with that. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I got to work. Exactly. Yeah, same with my cat. But no, actually, the cat's pretty good though. But if I'm gone for real long, he gets a little bummed out. Yeah, I'm going to a Mexican restaurant. All right, brother. Have a good meal. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. And on the way out, if you haven't, throw me a thumbs up, brother. Good seeing you again. Who's that? Yeah, same with you. Let me see something here. Yeah, same with you. I can barely read your name there. Freedom Heart Farm. Do you have a channel by chance? Do you put any content up on YouTube? I'm always checking people's channels out. If you do, I'll what do you call it? Subscribe. What's this thing? Yeah, I'm going. Okay. All right. Have a good one there, Texas. Bruce Lee trained me. How old are you, dude? Yeah. I was gonna say. I think he's full of shit. Yeah, Bruce Lee's been dead for about 50 years now, since I was a kid, and Bruce Lee did train people, that's for sure. He used to give classes out in near Berkeley or something out in California. He lived out there. And I'll tell you what, I think they murdered him. By the way, did you guys see what happened? They just said that Kurt Cobain was murdered. That wasn't an accident. It wasn't suicide. It was homicide. They're saying the forensics, now they've got to check it out. And the cops that from that town where that happened covered it up, is what people are thinking is going on. What am I cooking? Who, me? Oh no, yeah, no, I got to get some. Well, I can't cook much of anything. I have a microwave. I was going to just microwave a bowl of noodles. What do they call that? Oriental noodles shit. In here, I'm in the red roof, and I don't have any way to cook other than the microwave right now. But I'm going to probably get something quick and easy. If I had money, I'd call up a pizza. But right now, I don't have shit. I'm waiting to find out about my car. What's good? What's it say? What's good, Peckerwood? Yeah. How you doing? What's your name? Yeah, she's kind of hot looking, but it looks like, if I can see that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can't can't see your picture too well. No, we're just talking about different shit. Cool hat, man. Have a nice day. Thank you. You too. I was just talking about like dogs and cats and shit. I'm thinking about down the road getting a dog, but they're a lot of work. Cats are easier. Put a litter box out, put some food out. They'll be cool. You go to work, you don't have to worry if they're, you know, shitting all over the place. Well, cats, if they're pissed at you, they might shit all over the place. But usually, if you get them trained right, they'll use the litter box. What's this? Bullshit. Absolutely not. Kurt Cobain. What they're saying, but I don't believe that was murder. I don't know. They're saying it was the splatter pattern on the wall wasn't correct. All this forensic stuff. FBI or somebody's looking into it. And it ain't bullshit. There really is somebody questioning that. And they're thinking Courtney Love is involved. She didn't maybe pull the trigger, but maybe paid someone or something happened there. But Kurt Cobain also had drugs in his system and may have overdosed. And maybe you can speculate and say it happened like this or that. Wait till it comes out. Wait till the evidence comes out. I don't know. You know, it's weird. A lot of shit's being uncovered finally. People have been getting away with crimes for a long time. The real thing is, if you see the Clintons go down, then you know times are changing. Because Hillary Clinton could have went to jail for all the shit she's done and didn't. And not just her, lots of people. Yeah, they walk away scot-free. What's this say? Thought he OD'd. Yeah, they did say he OD'd, but also shot himself or something. He could have shot himself up, and he had enough drugs in him. They thought I don't know, because I only saw it today. But hunt that down. Do a little bit of Google searching or whatever, because like I said, that was early this morning. I saw it, and I just remembered it. What's that? You know what? You're right about that. The whole distraction thing. First off, the guy's been dead for 20 years, and they're rolling out every kind of distraction. You know, asteroids are going to hit the Earth. This thing's happening there. War with Iran. We're going to nuke these people and do this, and we're going to get Greenland and this and that. There's a reason they're throwing all these distractions at us at top speed, because shit is it's being discovered or unveiled or whatever you want to say. They can't hide shit the way they were for years, number one. And number two, there's something getting ready to happen, big time. Watch. I think it's the end of the world coming, rapture, something big's coming, and they're trying to keep everybody in the dark and confused. What's this? Is that a distraction from every exciting thing? What's this? Wait a minute. Else this government ought to be doing. What's it say? Revisit the Kurt Cobain bullshit. Yeah, exactly. And Epstein Island. Now all this is coming out. Why was that delayed? If you're going to dabble in it, go fucking start releasing the whole thing. Don't have black magic markers all over the names. We blotted out. What do they call that? Redacted. Why don't you just tell us what the fuck happened down there already? You know why? Because all these elites are involved in something fucking really rotten, and they cover it up. Money talks, bullshit walks. You know, that's what's going on there. Anyway, you know what? I think I'm gonna hop off of here. You guys, if you want, come back on like in about, what time is it now? Anyway, hang on, because I'm gonna do another live stream probably a little later. It's 4 o'clock, maybe around close to 8 o'clock Eastern time, and I'll do one then. Thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate you all. Hit me with a thumbs up on the way out. You guys have a great night if I don't see you again. And maybe tomorrow I'll do another one as well. Wait a minute. Hey, what's up, Robert? I was just about to jump off of here. I'll hang for another minute or two. I got to go get something to eat. I've been on for a while. Just some, but what's that? Just sub, y'all. Cool. Thank you. Have a good one. Yeah, I'll be back on again at like around 8 o'clock. What's it say? Just saw your text. Yeah, I texted you, Tammy, and Mixed Media. Tammy's busy as hell lately. She's got a lot going on. What's it say? Well, what's that fun? What's that? Well, fun fact. Damn. Yeah, there you go. Jimmy, what's that? J404. How you doing, dude? Where are you from? Are you by chance from America or somewhere else? Because the other night I was getting people from all over the world. Tonight's mostly, well, actually I got a few from England last night, which is cool. Yeah, I like talking to people from other countries and stuff because it's just, you get to see what's going on for real from the actual people are telling you, updating you on stuff. Because some of the shit we hear, it's propaganda, it's bullshit, but some of it might be real. So you got to almost filter out the bullshit and figure it out for yourself now. The news lies 24/7, it seems like, to me. Yeah. What's that? Someone over, what's that? Somewhere with a ring. Hey, from Australia, how you doing? Let's see. My husband was telling me in Texas, what's that? Handing school kids materials of Sharia law. Yeah, man, there's a lot of crazy shit like that. Thanks for bringing that up. They want to bring their rule book over here and make us play by it. Guess what? How good do you think that? What would happen if we went over there, right, snuck into the country over there, Saudi Arabia, Iran, or wherever, and tried to force Christianity down their throat? Well, actually, we did that. It was called the Crusades, and they also did it to us. And you know what? People have a right to live the way they want to, but you don't fucking have to shove your belief system completely down someone's throat. Yeah, what's that? What's that? I can't delete vendor. I don't know why I can't. I didn't even see that. Oh, wait a minute. You all see him blue. Was he a troll? He's an annoying little shit. Yeah, well, push him off the platform if he's gonna be an asshole. I like to let everybody have their say. But if you're sitting here and you're bothering people and shit, what the fuck, I just think it's fucked up. The guy's spamming. I didn't see that. Okay, yeah, boot him out of there. And again, you know what he's also doing? He's probably one of these assholes that's trying to get strikes on my channel. They'll go in there and they'll fucking cause all kind of chaos, drop a few hate speech things, and you know what? Go make your own channel. I'll come over there and shit on that. It's bullshit. I stopped by for a few seconds. Gotta be going, or appointment. All right, cardiologist, good luck with that. Have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. And if you can, come on back later tonight, a couple hours, about 3 hours. Yeah, you know what? That's the next thing, dude. I'm getting really sick and tired of something so fucking feeble as someone hating the shit out of someone because their skin color's different or their religion's different. Aren't we fucking done with that shit yet? Like a couple hundred years ago or even further? When the fuck is that going to end? Yeah. But there's also people walking around super sensitive and seeing insults behind every bush and they think everything's an attack. So somewhere we got to find a middle ground, should be able to talk to one another like human beings and give respect and get respect. That's what should be going on, you know. Robert, what's that? Booted that idiot. I didn't even see. I'm talking. I didn't see. That's why I'm glad I got a lot of moderators on here because my eyesight's not good and they're slipping shit by me, and I catch them every now and then. But what happened there? Yes, it is. Mostly right now, a lot of it is manufactured. I'm not saying there isn't racist and racial shit, but you know what? They're using it to put us against one another, to the elites. They want a civil war so bad they can fucking taste it. They are going to keep whipping up hate and a frenzy, and I'm not going to let them. For me, I'm not even going to fucking go there with arguing about shit back and forth. No, but I will keep putting it out there that the fucking elites are the whole fucking reason that the world's circling the toilet. It's not the common man. The common man just wants to go about his life, live his life, not bother anybody, mostly, you know. But these assholes are just trying to, stir it and make it stink, causing all kinds. What's that? Jersey or Pennsylvania? Well, I lived in Pennsylvania. Are you saying am I from that, or did you think I was from one of them? I'm actually from Delaware now, but originally from Pennsylvania. If that's what you were asking. What's this? Two wings of the same dirty bird, right? Exactly, dude. Right wing, left wing. There's criminals on both sides, all sides. We're surrounded by them, Just is what it is. That's why I put my faith in Jesus. And I'm not going to even worry about these politicians. They're all basically all liars, power-hungry egotists. And they just want control over everybody, mostly. Someone called me, what do you call it? What are you, an anarchist? No, I just think that we don't need tyrants running our countries all over the world. Because you go to every country anymore, it seems like they're all run by tyrants. Taxation without representation. We fought a war 200 years ago to get rid of that. And here it is again. We have no say in any of these laws they're passing. We used to have a little bit more, but it's bullshit, dude. Wait a minute. The world is dog shit. Yeah, sadly, you're correct, dude. And that's sad. Sad that, and think about little kids that are just still growing up. Their world's going to look like shit. Like 10, 20 years from now, I feel bad for anybody growing up right now. I'm an old man, so I'll escape all this bullshit before too long. What's this say? Like I said, I am all for freedom of speech. Yep. When I see the what's that? The grades protesting on the corner, I'm not trouble. I knew for the fact they don't know what the hell they're. Yeah, exactly what they're actually doing. Feels like the teachers. Oh yeah. Speaking of teachers, what the fuck is wrong with a lot of our teachers out there? Are thinking it's okay if they put litter boxes in the bathrooms for kids to act like they're a cat and shit in a litter box. First off, make people wear a mask, but you let them shit in a litter box. Talk about a whole new type of pandemic come rolling out. What the fuck is that? That's for real. There's a place in Ohio. I know somebody told me that the school was actually had litter boxes in the fucking bathroom. What the fuck, dude? Because they identified as a cat. And what the hell's going on in this world? What's that? You had a good life? Yeah, it was all right. I was never rich. I was one of 9 kids, so it wasn't a whole lot of money, but my dad busted his ass and raised us, I think, pretty good, and taught me right from wrong. Even though I did wrong in my life, I grew up and try to do the right shit as I get older. But a lot of people don't care no more. They just do what they want. You know what? You're going to have to answer to God when it's all over and done with. And we're close to the end, I think. People need to wake the fuck up. What's insane, bro? Wait a minute. What's this? Litter box. Yes. That's crazy as hell. People identifying as animals and stuff. It reminds me of something demonic as well. Like, you go look at, like, I think it was like National Geographic had videos 20, 30 years ago where they went into these tribal areas in certain parts of deep in Africa where they like witch doctors and stuff. And in their religion or their witch doctors would somehow call in spirits, animal spirits, to heal the sick. And you know what? I think you're playing around with demons. Personally, teach his own. But that whole identifying as an animal thing. Here's the deal: you're made in God's image. God's not an animal. God made the animals, but all this transhumanism, all this shit, they're trying to change the human being. Then on top of that, they got these mRNA shots, the vaccine thing that can change your DNA. I mean, they're doing that just to piss God off. So that's telling you that it's good versus evil, in my opinion. Okay, what's this say? How did you identify as a fish? I identify as a fish. I live in a tank. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, demonic. That's exactly what it is. I have noticed that what's that? They erased the words delirium and and delirious. Yep. And another thing, I noticed something else. Just an observation that Democrats starts DEM as in democrats. I know that it was the name from way back in the day, Democrats, but anymore they are acting kind of demonic, like they're not making sense. And it says in the Bible that people will be when they get a reprobate mind, meaning the things that are doing, God's gonna punish them and let them be the idiots that they are, where they're not going to have discernment and everything else. They're going to look around. The shit's going on, and they're living in denial about how fucked up things are. But then they're picking on something else because they think that's fucked up. I don't know. I can't get my point across, but I think you know what I'm talking about. Republicans should condemn Trump. You know what? Here's the deal. I just had this morning a comment I made, and I said, I was watching everybody that was MAGA and Trumpers and stuff, and they're talking and Trump this and it's all great and all that. Okay, but I got on there and said, you know what? Instead, they said America first or MAGA first. I said, no. How about Jesus first? What's wrong with that? Everybody attacked me. I was saying, because they think I'm not patriotic. Bullshit. I love my country. I love the citizens of this country. I don't like the lies and the bullshit that's sitting in the background, and it just is what it is. But nobody has the guts to stand up and say, "I believe in Jesus," out there in public anymore. Nobody has, and the few that do get shut down quick. That's just my opinion. You can have yours. It's a free country so far. What's this? Yeah. Well, wait a second. Yahweh is a demon. Iman. I laughed my ass off. I don't know about that, dude. We are fucked. Kinda. Yeah, the whole world is really screwed up. Wait, say what? A demon? No, I don't. Yeah, what are you talking about there? Yahweh means God. I don't. What's this other thing? That's a good one. Jesus first. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Why is that? Why is that considered offensive to say Jesus first? He's the one that died on the cross for our sins, so we can have eternal life. And they're afraid to stand up for him. Nobody got the guts. I was the only one in the comment section, and I just kept getting right up there and saying, because I don't give a damn. I think that's what's wrong with everybody right now. We have no moral fiber. No, our morals are gone. The whole country's going down in flames, in my opinion. What's he say? Yeah, yep. Read Genesis 10, 1. All right, I'll check that out. You know what? I got my phone here. Let's Google that. See what you would say. I don't know it off the top of my head. As of the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of man. I don't remember the saying, but that's not what I think you wrote down there. It just came to me when I picked up the phone, because it's like the times of Noah all over again, right before the floods. God's going to start cleaning this planet out. Wait a minute. Yes, if you had Jesus save your life, like I hear, you'd never drop him. Well, it's amazing that we'll go watch the Super Bowl and do everything under the sun, but we can't give Jesus a half an hour of prayer time in our lives. A lot of people are too busy. Talk to you later, Jesus. I'm busy right now. Yeah. Maybe he should have said that when he went to the cross to save our lives. Or maybe not, but I'm just saying, he didn't say that. Wait a minute, let me look up that. What was that? Genesis. Give me 1 second. Genesis 1. No, Genesis 10:1, I think he said. Let me see what that is. Genesis 10:1. I think that's what he's. Okay.
Genesis chapter 10, verse 1 begins the table of nations, which details the descendants of Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth.
It was about Noah.
It's a record showing how families, clans, and nations spread across the world.
Yeah, what's this? Okay, I just got a message through from probably 10, 20 minutes ago from Next Media. I tried to send over a notification and something else went over there. So that finally got through. That's one thing I noticed, not to forget about this, what I'm looking at. Have you guys noticed like emails and texts are taking forever to go through? I texted somebody yesterday, took them all the way to halfway into today for them to get it. I don't know. What the fuck's that about? I thought we were in the electronic age where everything's moving. What's this say? Yeah, if you had Jesus save your life, like I have, you'd never drop him. Exactly. Wait a minute. Hang on. Oh, anyway, so basically this is about this thing I was reading was about Table of Nations listing the descendants of Noah, son and Shem and Ham and Japheth, um, who populated the earth after the floods. So basically, the families branched off. And today I saw something on a video about the Tower of Babel, how all of a sudden nobody could even understand each other. Hence the word Babel. I think Babel, the word Babel, came from that. Yeah, you're babbling because everyone miraculously, God had made it so they couldn't communicate and build the rest of the tower. Wait a minute. I'll be on in 10 minutes. All right. Robert just sent me a text now. Anyway, man, just blew my mind there. I can't remember now what the hell. Oh, yeah. So basically, that was a affront to God. They pissed God off, basically. They figured they could build a tower all the way to heaven. And Nimrod, I believe it was basically challenging God. And I'm not sure if it was Nimrod or Gilgamesh. I think Gilgamesh, some people thought that might have been him. According to, I think in Enoch, that name comes up too. Wait a minute. In the past couple days, but we had an outage. Oh, okay. About the internet and texting. And why would God kill everyone in the flood? He was cleansing out well, that's what I was about to get to. Wait a minute. Your body is a temple. Okay. Did you ever hear the abomination in the temple? It's I believe it's in Revelations. They talk about it when the Antichrist will sit in the temple, the third temple. I guess the Jews are going to build right now. And on top of that, I also believe that has another meaning. Your temple's a body, and when you take this MNRA, it's going to change your DNA, right? God made you in his image. This is the elites spitting in God, trying to spit in God's face and change us forever, and it's insulting to God. And I believe that 100%. And so they're doing that. And here's something else I said about that yesterday was, let me see if I can remember how I said this. Actually, this is what I said on that comment I was talking earlier. I was pointing, wait a minute. Wait 1 second. It's demonic. The flood, Noah's Ark, right? Yeah. Well, let me talk about that. See, he had to basically wash clean. That's the same thing. They're turning people into a hybrid, a human being. Okay, we're made in God's image. They're giving us the shot. Well, during Noah's time, that was what was going on. Fallen angel technology. They came down here when breeding everything from animals and everything else. It was offensive as hell to God that they were taking what he made and corrupting it constantly, because they can't really do anything to God other than what they're doing with insulting him, and they're going to end up paying the price again. Because they're doing it again. They're making all kinds of stuff in the labs, genetically modified this and that. God made it perfect the first time. Leave it the fuck alone. Keep it in balance. That's why all these diseases are popping up and everything, because they're playing around with God's creation, in my opinion. Okay, YouTube, so don't cut me off. Wait, what's it say? I got to read this. Probably the worst. Wait a minute. It's one of the many things that is probably the worst, considering what it did to people. Oh, yeah. You talking about the magic elixir they were trying to force into everybody's arm? Yeah, I got a real issue with that. And already they're talking about they might have to do it again, because there's another pandemic. You know what? You don't have you don't have the right to rape someone with a needle, because that's what that is. If you're not complying and they're sticking a needle into your arm full of God knows what, that's bullshit, man. And you can have your own opinion. All I'm saying is that should not be forced on people. And yeah, a lot of people may have died this way or that way, but it's been happening since the beginning of time that people die, and it still doesn't give you the right to take their freedom of decision. God gave us free will. They don't have a right to try to force shit and tell you you're not going to be able to work your job if you don't have it. And you're not able to do this or go in a store. Well, that's what they're going to do really shortly with the mark of the beast. Watch. If you don't have that damn chip in your arm or whatever it's actually going to be, you're going to get like cut right out of society. It's bullshit, women. It's one of many things that is. I already read that. So many people now who aren't dead have forever bad health complications. Yeah, exactly. They rush that thing out. And you know what? They wouldn't even let people take hydrochloroquine. They try to get rid of that and the ivermectin. Yet that healed people. And for centuries, God put plants and stuff for our healing, and they're taking those plants, taking them into the lab. They'll amplify one chemical in there, take it out of balance. Like, for instance, aspirin. American Indians, other people used to use tree bark, salicylic acid to make aspirin, or an aspirin-like quality. They'd make a tea or whatever back in the day. So Bayer Aspirin comes along, the company, and amplifies that. And there are all these companies are doing that. So they're trying to take what God gave us and charge you for it, That's why one thing I think back in the day, and even in the primitive cultures, a holy man would have been a doctor, and they weren't doing it for reward and stuff. It was like a calling for them. And now it's all about the money, because they'll lie. They took a Hippocratic oath, the doctors, right? And they'll turn around and basically lie to your face anymore. Because if I say this, that's money. That's money from the company, the drug company. They don't give a shit whether you get well or anything. Everybody's selling out all across the board. That's another reason why I think we got to be near the end of time. Nobody has any moral compass or nothing. There are very few people. Capitalism isn't the problem. And corruption. Yeah, the corruption is. You're right. You're right, because you can still run a capitalist society without having thievery and unjust shit going on. Tastes like aspirin, yelling. Root is all over in the forest. That's right. Yellow root. Is that yellow dock or yellow root? I know. I used to could be able to go out in the forest. I can still do it. I just don't go out in the forest and basically forage for different herbs. I helped my father. He had cancer, prostate cancer, and they had given him the hell was it? Some kind of I know what it was. He got his bladder scalded. They had an X-ray. They put like little marks on the body where this X-ray going to hit. And it was something was off just a little bit, and scalded his bladder, and then his doctor left for that weekend, and my dad was highly upset because he was pissing blood and he couldn't stop. So I went out on the lawn. I said, "Dad, come here," and I made him a tea out of something called plantain. It's not the plantain banana type thing. This is also called soldier's foot by American Indians. It was used for snake bites and different things. It's an astringent, and it stopped you from bleeding if you got a cut. But what they used to do for snake bites is chew it up, put it on where it bit you, and wrap it up like a poultice thing. So you're getting the juices sublingually, and then putting that on there, and it's supposed to pull out some of the venom, supposedly. But it helped elevate, I think, white blood cells, so it did fight infection. But anyway, my point was, I went out and got my dad some of this. So see this? Come on in. I made him a tea. He was pissing blood, and he called. The doctor was out of town, and the substitute doctor was just telling him, just keep drinking water, I'll be all right. And it was only making him piss more blood. And he was really getting worried. That he was about 75. So he drank that, and instantly it stopped the bleeding because it's an astringent, and it's good for bladder infections. And I learned that from just reading about all that stuff and getting into it. But you know what? It'd be wise if everybody that's on here right now starts looking into their own backyard and trying to learn what's growing around you, because one day they might blow out the power, so you won't have any way to. The power goes out, the stores are going to close. You won't be able to go to the pharmacy. You won't be able to get a prescription. You won't be able to use your Mac card, and you're going to be on your own. It's coming real soon. That's what I think. What's this say? You should watch the South Park episode about the COVID vaccine. Yeah, I'll try that. But you know what? I'm surprised they didn't take that to help down just in general. Man, that's the next thing I was about to get to, is that how the hell they have the right to shut down everybody? They were that determined to shove that needle in everybody. You weren't even allowed to question it. Like, if you were in the military, you weren't in there for very long if you didn't comply and take that damn thing. I don't know. That bothered me big time, hearing that shit. They will call evil good. You're right. Exactly. I say that all the time. It's in the Bible. They will call evil good and good evil. Right. We are all, what's that? A number for those medical companies. Yep. And they just see dollar signs. Absolutely, Robert. Yep. It felt like we were being experimented on. And like you said, somebody said earlier about how the damn thing was killing people, and they were denying it. But they had no problem telling you, oh, we had 700,000 people died this weekend. Like, they would keep telling you fear statistics in the beginning of that to get everybody so ramped up and nervous about it. They were showing COVID numbers all over continuously. And that's how they controlled everybody, keep them in fear. And then you'll go into the freaking store, the drugstore, and they had like stay 6 feet apart, and feet. Did you ever see them cut out feet things on the floor where you were supposed to stand in line? And it had three of them, usually 3 sets of prints, and it was 6 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet. Triple sixes, huh? Sounds kind of demonic to me. But I mean, that's everything like that was all they're trying to get in our heads. It was psyop and the shit out of us. Or trying to. And victim mentality. Yep. He's got the victim mentality. Who's he? Are you talking about women? What home are you guys, what's that say? Trying to escape from? Yours, because we know you. We know you're a serial killer. We went over there to see what you were about. You locked us in. And you know what? We got to take the troll trash out, I guess. No, this shit's real, whether you want to believe it or not. An imaginary friend. Yep. There you go. Now, here's the deal. There's people who fucking died from the vaccine, and there was people who died supposedly from the sickness, and I believe some of them absolutely did. But they kept cranking up the numbers, saying this, that, and the other thing about it, and they were given ventilation, putting people on ventilators that weren't supposed to. And this is the weird thing. My sister was a respiratory therapist, and she was saying something's weird about what's going on, the way they're handling this. I never heard any more about that. She just passed away a few years back. But I always wondered, she was down south, and I didn't get to talk to her much. But I remember her saying that. Something was going on. They wanted a body count, in my opinion. They would kill as many off as they can, get people scared shitless. And supposedly, here's the thing that's a kicker. They weren't worried about the children too much because it was affecting the elderly, and they were getting pneumonia and dying, okay? Well, if that's the case and it wasn't affecting the children, I'll tell you what, then it was for fear, because they made the children wear them masks in school for almost a whole year after everybody else was allowed to take them off. You know why? Because people were starting to go nuts with it and ready to flip out. But children, they can keep, torturing. A rag around your face isn't going to stop a virus. They're so small, they'll go right through it. It's like trying to stop a mosquito from getting in your backyard through a chain link fence. Okay? What's that? So we got the trolls in here again. Let's see what we can do with this trash. Okay, later. What's the reason, though? What do you mean? I didn't see what it scared you. LOL. Adult baby. No. You know what scared me? That all you fuckers out there are stupid enough to comply with all that and get needles popped in your arm. That you didn't even know, an experimental thing. And you assholes ran into the fucking parking lots because they were giving out the needles in a nice sanitary area in the parking lots. Wasn't that a big fucking red flag for you? That's pretty fucking obvious to me that something's fucking wrong. Shouldn't that have been done in a medical facility, not outside of it? Why don't you just go to Pep Boys and ask them for a fucking vaccine shot? Makes no sense. No sanitary condition there, It's common sense, dude. It's possible that they just didn't know how to handle it. It's possible. And you know what? It's possible that monkeys are going to fly out of my butt in a moment. I just ain't buying it, dude. It's bullshit. It's about money. It's about power. And they damn near wrecked the whole fucking world over that. Hang on 1 minute. Someone keeps texting me. I don't know. It's not who I thought it was. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Wait a minute. Cynicism and wisdom. Yeah. Bat Boy. Were you over in Wuhan spreading the disease? Your name's Bat Boy. I'm thinking maybe you were over there. Well, to be fair, if you're what's this in military, your government, yeah, you are. You are. I get it. So why isn't our military looking out for their health? Because that wasn't. No way. No way. In my opinion, that was bullshit. But you're right. Technically, they're selling human beings into slavery to go kill other human beings in another country. But they'll put it under the label of they're defending the country. Our country's over here, and you're some third world country killing people that don't know why they're even fighting, because you're doing it for the elites, the rich, you fucking weak-minded motherfuckers that go out there and kill people, and then you don't fucking even question why. I don't know. No, you can't question the authority. They're coming and telling you that shit. Go over here. My brother fought in Vietnam, and he's told me some shit. All right, they fucked him up. They did a lot of fucked up shit. And I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get into all that. It pisses me off because he's never been quite the same. Operation Warp Speed. Exactly. Thank you. That's exactly right. Yeah, let's just roll this thing out untested. They never did that before. Warp Speed, okay? Just like I was saying, it was such warp speed that they didn't even bother to bring it into the facilities, into the clinics or the hospital. You got to go run out in a big line like you're trying to go to a concert or something, stand in line to go get shot up with something you didn't even know what they were putting in you. How fucking stupid is that? But, weak-minded people with no fucking backbone had to do it because they had to fit in. You don't stand the fuck up and think for yourself. You got a brain. God gave you one. That's, just saying. Pisses me off. People walk along to get along. Just walk down the fucking row and do what they tell you. It's nuts, man. People got to grow some balls and start questioning shit. That's all I'm going to say about that. Hey, what's up? How you doing, Doc? What's this? I'm cheating. I'm watching you from work. Shh. They're gonna see you. You're gonna lose your job. You keep that shit up. What's this? They were telling me about that after I got out. What's that vaccine? Yeah. What's this? Yeah, my military buddies were forced to take that vaccine. Yeah, man, they didn't give a shit. Poke you with a needle, rape you with the needle, you know. And people, the people who are saying, "Oh, you're nuts," and you're talking out your ass and everything. You know why? You know why they're saying that? You want to know why? Because they didn't have the guts to say no and at least think about it. We got to go do what everybody else is doing. Let's go down, run out into the fucking parking lot and get a needle shoved in our arms of some mystery product. You know what? That's on you guys. If you want to fucking do it, and I'm not talking to anybody in here per se, unless you feel that way. That I'm just questioning why nobody can stand up and at least say, "Hey, the emperor doesn't have no clothes." It's an old thing. Yeah, they don't question nothing. Go along to get along. That's all. So whatever. I know about medical testing takes at least 2 years before human distribution. Right, right. And sometimes I think drugs, it takes certain drugs, it takes maybe 10 or 15 years before they put it out on the market, if I'm not mistaken. And even the medical field, some people started questioning a lot of the shit. But people kept marching along to go get their shot because they got to be good citizens. Grandma's going to die if you open your mouth. I'm surprised we didn't sew our lips together and go, stand 20 feet away. That's the next thing. They had the audacity to drag your family and like, you're going to kill everybody and guilt trip everybody. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, if that was such a bad thing, and you want to put the fear in it, why the fuck did you let people die in the streets via the fucking fentanyl crisis? They didn't give a shit, Millions of people and there's needles lying around. Some little kid walk by and pick that up and get stuck with the needle. They don't give a shit. They're all liars. Hypocrites, Just saying. What's this? What you laughing at, Doc? What's that? How you doing? Memory the Fisherman. That's a cool name. Where are you from? New subscriber. Thank you. Appreciate you. Good to meet you. See you there. Let's see. Cool hat. Thank you. It's got some mileage on it. That's getting kind of beat up, but still one of my favorites. Gavin Newsom was pushing for the vaccine in California. Yeah. All right. Am I Jeffrey Epstein? No, but supposedly he's still alive. You're from Philadelphia? Do you know Drexel Hill area? I grew up down there. Gavin Newsom for president? Nah, not really, dude. You kidding me? Okay, yeah, whatever. Teach his own. But you know what? You have a right to vote that way, in my opinion. If that's the way you want to vote. But unfortunately, if you voted the other way, the Democrats would try to cheat you out of your vote. I mean, they're finding fucking the tally boxes, and people were stealing shit out of and everything else. What's going on with that? At least the Republicans didn't do that. Yeah. And both sides, like I said earlier, are crooked to some degree. There's, one thing I didn't understand was what happened to Marjorie Taylor Greene all of a sudden. Trump all of a sudden got rid of her or was busting on her. She got tired. She was probably getting threatened because she was standing up and speaking out. Wait a minute. The death of Epstein was very suspicious, especially since he might still be alive there, Robert. What's going on? Savannah Guthrie's mother. I saw something. By the way, did you guys know somehow, some way, she knew Jeffrey Epstein, I heard. I'm like, is that real? Or are they just tying everything together and it's a big smoke screen? Everything's linked to everything all of a sudden. All kinds of weird shit coming out. The Charlie Kirk thing. And now they got Kurt Cobain supposedly was murdered and didn't shoot himself. And all these distractions are getting thrown out there because something huge is about to happen. They didn't want us to be blindsided and not see it coming. So just a heads up. Josey Wales Is your father? Oh, well, no, my father's dead. He fought for this country and was a Silver Star winner. He had a ship sunk out from under him. Was it Marjorie, the woman with only one brain cell? You know what, though? Even if she only had one brain cell, she had a lot more guts than some of the other politicians out there. She stood up and didn't back down and spoke her mind. Everybody else is, what do you want me to say? Should I say this? Follow the leader. None of them can fucking talk for themselves. They're all lockstep, doing whatever the other guy in front of them. I have no fucking respect for anybody like that. If you can't think for yourself and stand up when you know something's morally fucked up and wrong, man, what can I say? I have no respect for anybody like that. No way. Hey, is that Mark over there? What's up, Mark? How you doing, brother? Footmarks, how you been, brother? Let's see. Two wings, the same bird. You're right. Yes, exactly. Same dirty bird. Yep. Right wing, left wing, same dirty bird. And you know what's ironic is that if you don't know anything about the Civil War memorabilia, for instance, from back in the day, even military, they had buttons with eagles on it. And there's a lot of hidden symbolism in things. But back in the day, if you see one of them Civil War buttons, they have an eagle and it would have its wings spread and it would have one talon clutch of arrows and the other one olive leaf branch. And if the beak was pointing towards the olive leaves, it's a time of peace. And if it's pointing the other way and the arrows are in its hand, time of war. I mean, all intricate little hidden meanings and codes. And a lot of those guys in Civil War times, and even today, they're Masonic and all that hidden thing. And they got to do, don't say anything kind of bullshit. I have an issue with that. If you can't put it out there, what you're about in the broad daylight, if it's all hidden and secret handshakes, can't be any good, man. If it doesn't stand the light of day, maybe you ought to rethink about hanging out with that group of people. Yeah, just my opinion. To each his own. So how you been, Mark? Good seeing you. You see Robert's in the chat there. What's the word on your rock? Oh yeah, I been calling about that, and they're still looking for an alternator, dude. They had one, and it was the wrong fucking one. My car is half hybrid, half gasoline, and the one they got, it's the wrong thing. And then the guy had the day off, so I'm stuck here at the fucking Red Roof right now, and it's killing me. I want to get my car back, and I guess hopefully next day or two to get it. What's this? If you want peace, Parabellum. Have you seen Civil War scenario? You talking about modern day or Civil War back in the Civil War? I used to go up to Gettysburg. I could go on Gettysburg battlefield and walk you around the whole entire battlefield and tell you different where happened on that battlefield. Almost, maybe there's some spots I still never got to learn about, but I was big into research and all that stuff. And I always thought it was interesting. Just the fact that, but it's interesting. It's also sad because again, it was brother against brother, and the country was torn apart, and we're heading right down that road again because the elites want it. You know what I'm saying? They want us. Basically, they want to wipe half the population out, and the few that they're going to let live will be their slave labor or whatever experiments. What's this? Hello from Australia. How you doing? Where in Australia from, bro? What city or what are you from? What's the name of that city? Sydney? Sir, what's your occupation? My occupation right now is retired. Not quite. I still do. Right now, I do DoorDash, and I do. I've worked as a chef for years. I'm 62, so would love to be able to straight up retire, but that doesn't. The American dream isn't here anymore. Matter of fact, the reason they call it the American dream is you have to be asleep to believe it anymore. It's bullshit. It's gone. The whole world's going down the drain, in my opinion. What's this? I don't like that what Trump said about Obama. I understand you hate Obama, but that was too childish. I don't know what he said. Was this just recently? Yeah, let's face it. One thing, no matter how you feel about Trump, Trump can be highly ignorant and harsh and definitely not politically correct at all. Now, on the other hand, you look at some of the other politicians and they're tiptoeing around, might offend somebody and this and that. You got to find a happy medium where you can at least communicate without offending everybody, but you also shouldn't be like locked up for hate speech if you just said something that wasn't trying to be hurtful. And they're just trying to find anything they can to weaponize language. And I said this the other day, half of our problem with the youth growing up, they're going to be having trouble socially adapting and to being able to talk to one another. One of the key things with talking with people and knowing what the hell they're saying is right here. Nobody makes eye contact anymore. And your expression, people they hear what you're saying and they're reading your expression and they can tell usually if you're joking or if you mean it this way or that. You go and putting text down, you don't know if to take it as an insult. Oh, wait a minute. Hey, what's up? Hey, normally I text you and it's call, but you just take this call. Yeah, okay. My brother took that. Oh. Right. Yeah. Right. Right. It's probably. Yeah. Oh man. What your mom? No, go ahead. Oh shit. Yeah. Right. Sorry for your loss. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I was on a live stream. I'll end this. I'll talk to you. All right. Let me finish this off real quick. Hang on 1 minute. All right. Hey, it's all right. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna hop off of here. Thank you guys. Have a great night, and maybe later on. What time is it now? Is it maybe like 8:30 or something tonight? I'll come back on or something. You guys have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. Leave me some thumbs up. You already did. Thank you. And have a good one.